Ladies and gentlemen, it's the mid-morning radio programme you can listen to between meals without ruining your appetite for a bit of chitter-chatter.
Mike Parry and Mike Graham on talkSPORT.
Here we go.
Good morning again and welcome back to the mid-morning show. It's 5 minutes past 11. You're listening to the two Mikes. Old Graham over there, MG, and myself, the Portmeister, Michael Barry, of course. We're with you up until 1 o'clock today. Mike, why are we talking swearing, and why do I think it's acceptable in football grounds but not anywhere else?
Well,
because of the passion of football.
Well, no, you seem to think that passion allows people to have an excuse to actually use bad language.
Not an excuse, but I can understand
that it does. You know, either you agree that swearing is acceptable, and therefore it's acceptable everywhere, or you say, no, it's not acceptable anywhere. And the reason we're talking about it is because a police officer became so frustrated by the bad language of the builders who were working on the estate next door that he actually, complained to the building contractors and finally got them removed because he couldn't stand it anymore, listening day in, day out with his wife, with his kids, to this horrible, horrible language. And I think it can be a very, very great social ill.
Yeah, I think it's a terrible social ill. I think swearing on trains, swearing in restaurants, swearing in public places, swearing at shopkeepers or barmen and all that is absolutely disgraceful. Now, I have never sworn in a football ground, by the way.
What?
I've never sworn in a football ground. I think it's the last resort of the feckless. Now, honest to God, I do.
Feckless?
Yeah, but I do understand.
Can you say that
I do understand why people around me swear, and I never turn around and upbraid them. I've upgraded them, on public transport.
You know now very well what will happen. There will be people around Britain who will now be sending in texts and emails claiming to have heard you swear at a football
Mike,
match.
they couldn't have done. I've never sworn at a football match, believe me. If you're swearing at a football match, shouting your mouth off, you're actually a coward, because you're trying to publicly insult the referee or somebody else.
Well, then why are you saying it's
or
okay
a footballer. Well, because what I'm saying is, although I don't support it, I understand why it happens. Not everybody has had the benefit of the education I've had.
Right.
And I've got a very wide vocabulary.
Have you ever been told off in a restaurant for swearing?
No, not to my knowledge. and some people have a more reduced vocabulary, and therefore I have to forgive them because of the passion for their team that sometimes the swear words come out.
There's only one word for what you've just said.
Oh, yeah?
Balderdash.
Well, that got a few of us worried, didn't it? With the old.
You thought I was going to say something else.
Well, of course I did. Yeah, right.
Well,
you know where we are
on the radio.
No, I hope
do you
not.
think this is Radio 4?
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. God, that was terrible, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
Radio 4 yesterday using the very worst swear word you can think of on 2 occasions on the same day.
I'm not going to try and explain what happened because that happened on another show that they did, and then they said it again.
Yeah, please don't. Right, 08717. Apparently, as well on the same day. They rang some guy up who they thought was an MP.
Yeah.
His number had changed. They got somebody else. There's some builder who then gave a lowdown on government policy.
Before he started bursting out laughing.
Exactly, yeah. Right, 08717 223344. Text us 81089. Email us via the website at talksport.co.uk/Parry and Graham. Or
follow us on Twitter, without any foul language, please.
Yes.
At Parry and Graham, obviously.
Yeah, that's right. I say swearing is absolutely unacceptable in every area of life. When you address somebody else and you swear, you're insulting that person.
Well, can I ask you to cast your mind back some years, okay? You know that you and I have been friends for a long time.
Just too many years, unfortunately.
That may be too strong a word for our partnership.
Yeah, exactly.
But we used to frequent a particular Indian restaurant in Covent Garden. Back in the 80s, I would say, maybe
way
early
before my memory, memory bank
I seem to
functioning.
Remember that one particular night there was three of us. There was another fellow with us who now works at the Telegraph.
Right.
And I noticed out of the corner of my eye as you were recounting some tale of a daring do in some far-flung corner of the world.
Oh yes.
I noticed there were people kind of generally drifting away from our vicinity.
Really?
People who were sitting quite close to our table.
Curry too strong as well?
Were being asked to move. They were being asked to be moved away from us, and so by the end of the meal, more or less, before we started ordering the liqueurs, there was absolutely nobody sitting anywhere near us at all. They'd all moved up to the other end of the restaurant.
Really?
And even at that,
I don't think I remember that.
Well, of course you don't. Even at that, the waiter then came over and asked you to please stop swearing quite so much. Because if you continued in that vein, they'd have to throw you out.
That's a cheap story, Mike, because it's so long. You're going back now 25 years.
Yeah, I know.
Right, well, I don't have any recollection of that whatsoever. I tell you what I will admit to on one occasion. We're coming to the lines just 1 second. Give us a call, 08717 2233 Sorry, that's 08.
Don't just miss off the last bit.
223344. On one occasion, at the Epsom Derby, on the evening of the Epsom Derby. It's a very emotive day. And
very emotional.
I think I'd won a lot of money or lost a lot of money, I can't remember. And there was a chap there
this before or after you bought the paintings?
Probably after. And, no, usually by the painters at Cheltenham, actually, not the Epsom. But anyway, the point of my story is this. A very well-known newspaper journalist who's been tremendously successful and still is, he and I were having a conversation over a table in an Indian restaurant in Epsom. Right. And it got very heated about, whether I'd lost more money than him or won more money than him. Anyway, I have to admit, a little foul language is creeping the conversation. And a gentleman suddenly arrived next to us and said, if you two don't cut it out, I'll sort it out for you. And, he did the usual indignant, oh yeah, you and who's army? Who are you? What's it got to do with you anyway? Right. And he said, I'm the head of the Royal Diplomatic Squad. I've been here today guarding the Queen and the Royal Family, and I had a very hard day. I'm not putting up with you two numpties with all your effing and blind. And he said, now, shut it, or else you'll be going home in a Black Maria. Needless to say,
that did the trick.
Not another swear word was issued throughout the whole of the dinner, I can tell you that.